What is going on, team? We are live from a hotel room in London. Just got back from Norway, staying here the night, and then tomorrow we go to Waterpalooza. However, I wanted to cover this before any of the Waterpalooza stuff came out because next weekend, Eddie Hall, the world's strongest man, in the year of 2017 and the first guy ever to deadlift 500 kilos, is now going for a CrossFit world record. I was tagged in his post over and over and over. Basically, the post was him doing clean and jerks, and he said, training for the CrossFit world record, Grace. I'll be attempting it at the CrossFit European Championships in Colchester on the 23rd of February. Hashtag back up your bull. There's one thing we do know about Eddie Hall. He said he was going to pull 500 kilos, and he did. He said he was going to win World's Strongest Man and retire, and then he did. In the comments under the video, we saw a couple of CrossFitters pop up. Fakowski said he would love to see Eddie go sub 60. Tim Paulson then called out Travis Williams and said, where you at? We all know Travis Williams is one of those people that likes to go full send. I was in there. I just said, let's go. Not really that inspiring. Then you had other personalities turn up, like a super strong dude, Larry Wheels, telling him it will be harder than his 500 kilo deadlift. He said CrossFit is no joke. Then you find the CrossFit haters. The only CrossFit video that don't have half reps. Grammatical errors there, but we will ignore that. World's strongest injury, creative. Someone literally saying this has got to be a joke. Surge the guy. Oh, Eddie, please don't go there. Someone goes, what's next, a triathlon? This is the best part about Instagram sometimes, just the comment. And probably my favorite comment, because what? He goes, why though? CrossFit ain't that hard, and none of them could do anything close to what you've accomplished. Granted, Eddie Hall, 500 kilo deadlift, first person and only person to ever do that. World's strongest man, huge achievements, but CrossFit ain't hard. Like, I want to A Morgan 47 next year. A Morgan 47, we want to see you winning the CrossFit Games because it ain't that hard. For the people that don't know what Grace is 30 clean and jerks for time at 135. One of the most legendary videos on the internet around Grace is Dan Bailey's weapon grade video from like a couple of years back. Where he finished just over a minute in 101.57.
Those exist.
He went unbroken for all 30 clean and jerks. He's known as probably the most jacked guy in CrossFit. He's known as a speed athlete. Great workout for him. He was in his prime, 101.57. Actually, looking on the internet, don't know if this is true. I actually couldn't find the world record, but the world record currently looks like it's held by Nick Block. But this was from 2016. People may have gone quicker, but around 59 seconds, sub 1 minute, under 2 seconds a rep. Anyway, let's look at some statistics before we look at the Eddie Hall video next to the Dan Bailey video, which is unbelievably interesting. Eddie Hall has a strict press of 216 kilos. If we're looking at that compared to the Grace weight, that's only 27.7% of his 1RM. Eddie Hall's max deadlift was 500 kilos. That's only 12% of his 1RM if we're looking at pull strength off the floor. Go over to Dan Bailey. Dan Bailey's deadlift in his prime was 245 kilos, so the Grace weight is 24.5% of his 1RM. And when looking at Dan Bailey's strict press, his max strict press is 106 kilos, and compare that to the Grace weight, that's 56.6%, which is pretty high, but it isn't a strict press, it's a jerk, but we're just looking at that shoulder to overhead strength. And then looking at their statistics, Eddie Hall is a taller athlete. He's 6'2" and weighs in currently, he's been heavier, but currently at 380-ish pounds. He's a big dude. Dan Bailey, 5'7", currently around 180 to 190 pounds. A lot lighter, but does have a shorter range of motion, so should be able to shift the barbell quicker. Now, obviously, strongmen are categorically known for moving big and heavy weight, but if you actually look at the Arnold and you look at a lot of the strongman competitions, a lot of their events are around 60 seconds. The time domain that Grace, if you're going to hit it at a world record pace, 1 minute or below, it's similar. It's using that anaerobic system where the kind of lactic acid builds up. And honestly, Eddie Hall may come into CrossFit on a wrecking ball.
Like a wrecking ball.
Now, why do I say that? Let's have a look at the videos side by side.
Go!
In legend, if Thor drops his hammer, he becomes human. Drop your bar in Grace, you're mortal. Become a weapons-grade human being. Being superhuman isn't just about being stronger, fitter, and faster.
What? They both did 16 reps in pretty much exactly the same time. Eddie Hall started off slow, but then got quicker and actually overtook Dan Bailey in the first 15 reps. Now, this is only 15 reps. He does drop the bar after. Can he hold on for all 30? I know from doing this workout and from doing Isabel that up to 15 reps is like, all right, we're going. And then it's always those last 6 or 7 where if Eddie Hall can keep the pace that he speeds up into, we could be seeing a new world record. What? He said he's gonna do it. Like, how cool is that side by side too? You've got like a giant freaking dude and Dan Bailey just go at it. However, there is a couple of things that I did want to pick up on this. There is kind of standards for the clean and jerk. The clean should come and make contact with the shoulder before going up overhead. That's why it is a clean and then a jerk. Eddie Hall, I don't think, has the front rack mobility to actually catch it there. So I don't know, honestly, if his reps are legitimate. Basically, this is a ground to overhead, not solely a clean and jerk. It's more of like a muscle clean push press. However, what did came to mind, if this wasn't legitimate reps, we have legitimate reps in CrossFit? No way. What? If he just widens his hands a little bit and goes from ground to overhead with his arms pretty straight, he could break the Isabel record instead. But it's going to be cool to see him actually do this. Like, what a dude. This is what I love about CrossFit. People said, should he be able to do this? And if he breaks the record, should he have the record? 100%. Like, this is CrossFitters. If you chew at them and you beat their record, they'll come back and try and beat you again. This is the fun part about it. Will he do it? Part of me hopes so. Will he go sub a minute? I think so. If I was a betting man, I'd put some money on it because I think he'll go unbroken. In this workout, if you want to get a good time, you have to go unbroken. If you want that sub minute, you have to go unbroken. Eddie Hall, world's strongest man, YouTube sensation, now coming over into the CrossFit world, and 23rd, we'll know. Anyway, if you did enjoy this video, as always, smash that like button. We'll be on a flight to Miami probably whilst you're watching this, and let the Wadapalooza sick content commence. We'll catch you in the next one. So if I put my monocle in, if I put a monocle in and a sip of coffee, this is what I'm going to sit here in the morning with my tea, my newspaper. I'm just blocking out all the haters. Team, put in the comments down below, do you think Eddie's going to go sub 60? Do you? I do. I believe in him.
Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I'm on my job, I get it done, but you should know that. Shine like a sun, a 101, you should know that. I get the front and in the back, you should know that. No need to stun, it's never cap, you should know that. All I know, 10 toes, never fold.